Active Learning Game Design Part 3 Board Game Genre. In this segment, we are going to examine different genres of board game. When we create or analyze game, it is useful to know the different genres so we can understand and incorporate their principles better in our own work. A genre is defined as a style or category in art, music, or literature, but the term applies to game design as well. Classification by mechanics. This type of classification is the most common one. It focuses on the main mechanics that drive the game. They distinguish, for example, roll and move games such as Monopoly and Clue, resource management or worker placement games such as Settlers of Catan or Agricola, road construction games such as Ticket to Ride as a subset of this variety, strategy area or control games such as Risk. War games are a subset of the genre focusing on a specific battle between armies or specific characters. Collaborative games where participants play together against the mechanics of the game, for example, Pandemic. Trivia and knowledge games such as Trivial Pursuit, where the participants have to answer questions or resolve a challenge to move forward. Investigation and secret identity are a subset of the genre where players don't use their own knowledge but deductive skills to progress. A game such as Werewolf, where participants need to guess in a group who the hidden and killing werewolves are, is a good example of that category. This type of classification is useful as they allow us to sort games following their main goal. However, most games fall into several categories and can't be classified easily. For example, the Battlestar Galactica board game is a cooperative game, but secret identity is also a key feature of the gameplay. European versus American games. Another important distinction opposes Euro games to the so-called Ameritrash. This conversation is recurring in board game design. Mike Michalczyk, founder of Coalition Game Studios, gave the following definition. Games described as Euro typically focus their design on innovative and intuitive mechanics, then develop a theme that fits, an approach more common in European releases. Ameritrash design tends to focus on theme first, then it uses gameplay and mechanics as a vehicle to express the narrative, an approach more common in American games. So Euro games are usually more abstract and rule-focused. The rules are relatively straightforward, there is little or no luck or randomness, and players are never eliminated from play. Carcassonne, Catan, and Ticket to Ride are good examples. Euro games are also sometimes referred to as German games due to the great number of German designers and the important representation of the genre at the famous Essen Game Festival. American games will usually rely heavily on a theme. There is a lot of randomness through card or dice draw, and if the game is not cooperative, a huge level of competition will be encouraged, with players' elimination being frequent. Axis Analyze, Dune, Cosmic Encounter, and Battlestar Galactica are examples of American games. Both approaches, however, are valid. Indeed, in practice, all games incorporate both theme and mechanics. But oftentimes in designing games it is a matter of choice and to what we give priority. Says Michalczyk again, a game too heavily mechanical may feel dry and disconnected to some players, while a game too heavily thematic may seem fluffy and insubstantial to others. So when we approach game design, we have to think carefully about what kind of experience we want to achieve and which tools we will use to that end. This segment is not over. Sources can be found in the description.